So it can be argued that Allah has placed a hedge around the Honorable Louis Farrakhan to a certain degree up to this point, as he did with the prophet Job, according to the Bible. In fact, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan affirmed this during his most recent public address in March, that there was a hedge around him that would be removed. His own words. Well, Satan is talking to Almighty God in the book of Job, and it states in this account, "Has not thou made a hedge about him?" Satan talking to God, "and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side. Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face." And the Lord said unto Satan, "Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thy hand." So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. This is written in the book of Job, where Satan is saying, of course, God is going to, of course, you got this great servant who's committed and devoted to you, because look, all the good things you're doing for him. But if you take those things from him, I bet you he curse you. Well, what is a hedge? A hedge is a fence or boundary that's usually formed by a dense row of shrubs or low trees. But anyway, it's a means of protection and defense. It's like a wall. So the hedge around the Honorable Louis Farrakhan could be, in part, the enormous appreciation, reverence, and love that millions of people have for him. So the synagogue of Satan, through its use of COVID-19, has begun the process of removing this hedge. How so? In the Gospel of John, Jesus states to the people, "Behold, the hour cometh, yea, is now come, that ye shall be scattered, every man to his own, and shall leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me." Now notice that there is something or someone who is expected to scatter the people. So the scattering is not voluntary. It is by design. It is imposed on the people. Well, what is society like today? We have been scattered, every man to his own, due to the government's enforcement of restrictions on international travel and social distancing ordinances under the auspices of COVID-19, the COVID-19 crisis. This imposition has severely reduced, and in some cases eliminated, even the very desire, not to mention the capability of the people to assemble in public. The hedge around the Messiah, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, could also be considered, in part, the apprehension of the synagogue of Satan to scandalize the Honorable Louis Farrakhan's polygamous marriage, or domestic life as we call it. How so? Well, first, the synagogue of Satan thought that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan would have died a natural death by now. Yes, she did. So they have waited on his death. Their aim was then to condemn his integrity in their exposés of his life after he's gone. You know what they're doing to some of the celebrities who long passed. They're remaking through docudramas their lives, and it's all filled with mess and scandal. That's what they expected to do, to turn the people away from him in his death. Well, this too is mentioned in the Holy Quran, where it states, "Or say they, a poet, We wait for him the evil accidents of time. Say, this is what the Messiah is told to say, wait, I too wait along with you. Or do their understandings bid them this? Or are they an inordinate people? Well, the satanic leaders' misunderstanding, or rather disregard for the messianic prophecies, made them think that the Messiah would simply drop dead of so-called diseases of old age. But your scriptures don't tell you that. So that's why God tells him to say to them, well, you can wait, but I'm going to wait along with you. Because you won't see me in the ground before you go there. That's in the scriptures.